You see,
in theory, this
in
is all
theory.
doable. In
Yeah,
practice, I hope that the audio recorded on both these episodes because I'm a little nervous it didn't.
Yeah.
I could hear in your voice the sounds of frustration and defeat.
I'm ready to be. I'm ready to make an announcement. Like, guys, sorry, no episode this week.
Not only do we not have one episode, we were gonna have two and have zero.
Hopefully, at least one recorded. Hey, what's going on? It's me, Gazbot. This is an extra Action Activate. This is not the review, but the review will be up shortly after this. This is a quick little San Diego Comic-Con Con at Home update thing, I guess. I don't know. But I am Gazbot, and that means with me, as always,
Big Dawg Defender talking about day 2 of San Diego Comic-Con at Home,
yes.
Ranger Edition. So let's be honest. There's one major bit of San Diego Comic-Con Ranger news thus far. If there's more coming out, not going to promise anything. We'll probably talk about it. But starting things off with a bang, let's talk about the exclusive for this year. And it's one that we kind of already knew about, but not in this format. So it's Lord Drakken Evolution 3. Right. Or Final Evolution. I don't actually think it's the third one. I think they got that wrong, but that's just me.
Well, it depends on how you count the evolutions because there were like little mini steps as he got.
Yeah, exactly. Things. If there's like if there's base form, weird form, and then this, sure. I guess that's what they're going with. But he looks awesome. I really like the added Mighty Morphin heads are cool.
I will say I wish there were some heads that weren't Mighty Morphin, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I really wanted to see? There's the art. What I really wanted to see was a helmet from a figure that we haven't gotten yet, like a Samurai Red or something, where it's like, oh, well, this is also a fun clue of what's coming down the line, you know. So I think that was a little bit of
a well done. He has the crackly lightning effect that I think we got with the 2-pack Green Ranger.
Not as much though, because he has this whole floor piece, like you can see.
Well, I mean, just like there's one that's extended, and then there's the floor piece. I think they're 2 separate pieces.
Yes, there you can see it there. He's got it looks like he comes with 3 pieces, like one
missed
coming off
opportunity. Number 2. Why does Saba have a head? I'm gonna have to cut it off, and I'm a little upset about it.
I agree, unless it's removable.
Okay, I don't think it's removable because they would have showed us.
You're right. Now here's the real question though. How many people do you think are going to buy it like this and just leave it in the box? Because it is a nice display piece. It could almost just be a statue like that. It's a
great display piece. Not your boy. I'm going to be opening that very prevalently. Now talking about the price, it's going to be on Hasbro Pulse. Fingers crossed that we're able to get one for each of us. 50 bones.
All right, so you figure a normal figure is $20.
Yep.
An exclusive, but although, okay, I'll even be more generous. A normal figure is $20, but it seems like 6-inch figures are slowly switching over to $25. So let's be gracious and say, okay, they're $25 now, which stinks, but let's just acknowledge that. It's $25 now. Now, this is a specialty figure, so they're usually a little more, so we'll say it's $30. So where are the other $20? I guess
nowhere.
I don't think it's the accessories because the sword, the helmet, the hands.
All that would maybe $5 for that.
Well, maybe $5 for the extra helmets, which have already been made. They're just like, I think a big chunk of it is honestly the big lightning, the pool of lightning on the bottom. I think that's theoretically. I'm not saying it costs that much money, but I think that's what they're thinking justifies it. And yeah, so that gets us up to like 35, let's say, and then the box is extra fancy, which whether you want it or not, that's going to add to it. So like, if they charged 40, I would say okay. I mean, it's 50. We're going to get it regardless. But like 40, I'd feel okay about it. I'd be like, well, it's a fancy box. I don't care about it, but it is a fancy box. We get the extra lightning. We get these extra heads. Fine, 40. But 50 is pushing it a bit, I think. It's not so bad if you have free shipping, which I do because I have Hasbro Pulse. But if you then have to pay shipping on top of it because it's a bigger box, I could see it being $10, $15 to ship it on top, which would get nuts.
Yeah, to me, last year's was either 50 or 60 for the 2-pack with a bunch of accessories. Much better value in my opinion.
I think equal amount of accessories, I think. You had extra heads.
You got a whole nother figure.
Oh yeah. Was it that cheap? I thought it was $80. I don't know.
In either your garage or my garage, there's a piece of paper that says how much it is that has an X through it from when we were at Comic-Con.
That's true. I just don't remember.
Yeah, I know. If I find it, I'll post it in one of these. But yeah, and then looking recently at the Snake Eyes that was first coming out for the G.I. Joe line, it was $40, but it came with so many weapons. I'm like, okay, like you got me there.
Okay,
and I passed on that, and I buy everything.
I passed on that, and now I kind of regret it, to be honest.
I
I don't
100% regret it.
I don't care about all the extra weapons and the rack that Snake Eyes came with, but why I regret it is because I wasn't sure if I was going to go in on the G.I. Joe line, and I was like, well, and I've decided to get some. I'm not being a completionist, but so I got the second version of Snake Eyes, and none of them are accurate to what I think they should be, or what, but he's got the visor, but it's black instead of silver. And yes, I could paint it, but that drives me nuts. Like if he has the, also a lot of the G.I. Joe figures come with like sort of sci-fi gold laser beam weapons.
They're Nerf guns.
And yes, and the original Snake Eyes came with a whole bunch of weapons that I could have just given to the other Joes. Mistakes were made all around. But to your point, $40 for that was a good value. $50 for this. Now, I think I know why, beyond just greed or whatever you want to say. G.I. Joe, not right now, but historically is a bigger property than Power Rangers. There's more fans that are older that Power Ranger fans don't have, and there's still younger fans too. But the bigger thing is Snake Eyes is a bigger character than Drakken too. There are people that barely know G.I. Joe that know Snake Eyes. And I can see a lot of people buying a cool ninja to go with, Marvel Legends, or just because they like ninjas. Like a lot of people will buy a Snake Eyes figure. So I think they trusted that, like, okay, we're going to sell a bunch of these. We can put it at this price point. Power Rangers and this third/final version of Drakken, which some people literally might not know who he is, even if they're Power Rangers fans. I think they said we're going to sell less, so we have to charge more to make sure we can make our money. I don't like it, but I understand it.
I think, to your point, because assuming that that's true, that Power Rangers is smaller than G.I. Joe in the collector community, why would you scorn the people that are buying these like us?
No, they're not scorning us. They're saying, I'm going to make up numbers here. Snake Eyes, we project we could sell 100,000. Drakken, we project we could sell 50,000. These are made up numbers. But if you're going to sell less, the more you make, the cheaper you could make something. And you're not going to be. So they did the math. Again, I don't know this. This is just the little tiny bit of business I understand. That they said, we can sell these at this price point, make this much money. And if we only sell this many, we'll come out ahead. And I think they needed to have a fatter profit margin on this because it was more of a gamble than a Snake Eyes figure. That's what I'm saying.
Here's what softens the blow is that I actually got a Ranger figure in the last week that Gazbot.
No.
No.
Oh.
I guarantee you will not guess it, but you will be jealous like you just felt. So I got this on Facebook.
So this isn't a new figure.
It's very unique. It was perfect. I saw it. I was shocked it was still up. It was one of those things where I happened to see it when it was up for like 5 minutes.
Was
somebody
this like a Facebook marketplace or?
It was on a Power Ranger group, I think. Mm-hmm. It was up on a group. Somebody had commented that they PM'd the seller. I PM'd after that and said, I really want this. Can I buy it right now? Yeah. And he went, yup, it's yours. Boom, did it. Shipped to me. It's better than I thought.
Is it a vintage piece or a modern piece?
No, it's new. Do you want to? Okay, it's.
I mean, I thought you were going to say Dino Charge Black that showed up randomly at Target.
It's a Beast Morphers figure that you unfortunately will probably never own. Oh, and it's from the Legacy or the Lightning Collection.
Is it a custom?
Yes, it is.
Oh, wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and painted everything green and came with this. You ready to be more upset?
Is it about the price?
Ask me.
Well, you figure
Ask me how much shipped.
Let me do the math again. Normally a figure costs $20, but that was probably based on a Ravi that was on deep discount at some point for like less than $10.
Or a Devon. It might be a Devon because of the blaster. I'm not sure.
Okay, but both they went on deep discount. So, but forgetting about what he paid for it, a reasonable person would expect to pay at least $20, and then shipping and whatever costs involved
and the customization.
Yeah. So I think $30 would be an extremely fair price. Anything more than that, I'm not saying is bad, but $30 is a very fair, reasonable price I would expect to pay for that. And what you
25 shipped is probably better.
Yeah, that's a very good price. And honestly, I was lowballing a little because wherever I knew it was gonna be low based on what you said. So 25 shipped, yeah. Now, is the paint like? Do you feel safe moving it, touching it? It's
like it's got a gloss. I think whether they did a coat or not, like I don't know how well you can see it. It's coming off a little, but I have other figures that are custom that come off way more. The only thing that's like I'm worried about
ears?
is the head's loose,
Oh.
but they put tack in a little bit and it's just a little loose. But like, look at this.
What are the ears made out of? Do you know?
I don't know, but they're awesome.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, 25 for that is totally reasonable. The only bummer is though now, isn't there also a black one that you're going to be looking for now?
No, so from my understanding, having not watched Go Busters, and if
Right.
anybody has this knowledge and it's not a huge spoiler for the whole season, please comment below. But from my understanding, green was actually in like an episode or two, and black,
Okay.
I think, was in a special or a movie.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that is very cool. I'm mildly jealous, but I'm mostly happy for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, unless you know any other San Diego Power Ranger news specifically, that's the only thing I've heard.
I do. This is mildly before San Diego and probably going to be expanded. So,
Okay.
Free Comic Book Day usually happens the first Saturday of May.
Yeah.
This year, it's been very different. It seems to be like almost this whole month. I still don't totally know, but I actually just went to my comic book store today, picked up my comics for the last couple weeks,
Mhm.
and they said they're getting a couple new like sets of comics each week. So
Right.
one of them that they came out with is Power Rangers Road to Ranger Slayer #1.
Oh. Huh.
So Ranger Slayer #1, it's about $9 retail, just came out. There are spoilers already.
It has a foil cover, that's why, right? Yeah.
There's a foil cover and there's a bagged spoiler specific cover of something that happens in the comic.
Oh,
I saw the
crap.
image, not telling you about it, but when buy
you're
it,
making me second guess myself, because I talked to my comic store person, because I've been getting my comics shipped to me, and they said, "Hey, do you want Ranger Slayer?" I said, "Yes," and they said, "Well, do you want?" And oh no, I said, "Yes, but I want the trade paperback. I'll wait," because I've been getting the individual issues and not been getting spoilers. And I was like, "I'd rather have a book for like a limited series." They said, "Oh, and it's a foil cover." I'm like, "That's cool. Nah, I'll wait." But now you're telling me there's some crazy spoiler that it has to be in a bag to protect me from. Now I'm like, I should get it.
The foil. So just to be clear, the foil covers they're doing on all Ranger books, and it's all of the helmet covers, mostly ones that were exclusives, now in foil, so they can remake them. So like one, I think it was like a San Diego exclusive, like a year or two ago.
Right? No,
was the Ranger Slayer. That's not the spoiler.
Okay. So one of the covers has a spoiler on the cover, and
yes, but it's polybagged and it says spoiler cover.
Gotcha. Okay.
I saw it because they went, "Do you want to know what the spoiler cover is? Here, it's open in front of the spoiler covers." I'm like, all right, whatever.
So wait, did you look, or did they show?
Oh, I saw it 100%. Like I went to the rack and it was there. But it's out of all the spoilers, it's unfortunate. It's not like deal breaking.
Gotcha. Okay.
I have no context for it other than like image is cool. But what I was gonna say, so that came out very recently. Avoid spoilers if you can. They've announced that the current Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comic series is ending after this arc. I want to say number 54, and then Power Rangers is starting in August or September. I know it's in the fall and I don't remember. And on the cover, you will see 7 Rangers in the Mighty Morphin costume.
Oh, I've seen that image floating around.
I have no context. I am very motivated to catch up on Power Rangers now, because apparently there's a spoiler in 50. And I kind of think I put 2 and 2 together, and I'm going to find out when I get there and not going to find out further.
I think I may have seen similar images and minor spoilers that you have. And I think literally until right this moment, I didn't put it together. And that thing that you put, I think I just put the same thing together, which is a bummer.
once we get to a point where Gazbot's never going to be caught up, but
I will be caught up one day next year.
Yeah. Let me rephrase. When he's not going to be caught up at an appropriate time. So when this comes up again, probably when the comic's out and there's news and we have to talk about it, or I get spoiled for him and not me because I'm going to catch up.
But what about all our viewers? They haven't necessarily caught up.
I think our viewers either A, will be caught up, or B, don't feel the same way about spoilers that you do, so it won't affect them as negatively.
That's probably true.
But what I will say is, just from what I saw on the cover, I'm jazzed with the limited amount of knowledge I know. I know that 50 had a big old reveal, and apparently this is partially speculation, partially like overblown news. 50, I believe, sold way more copies after people found out what happened in 50.
Right.
So I have 2 copies of it just because I've been getting the foil cover and the regular like a dummy, when I should just be getting the foil and not wasting my money. But hey, welcome. I'm Big Dog. So But yeah, so Go-Go Power Rangers ended. 50 just happened, which had a monumental thing. That series is only going to last for a couple more issues with some tweaked other Rangers that we got spoiled. And if you haven't been spoiled, you'll get there. And then it's all going to be different because then Power Rangers is coming out and it's going to be a little bit different and it's going to be a very different formula than we're used to. And I'm excited because that cover looks dope.
I'll be excited when I get there eventually.
If honestly, and this is just advice to you, and take it with a grain of salt, like you always do.
Catch up.
A, try to catch up. B, I'm sure that since it just came out like today or yesterday, I'm sure you could tell them to put aside a copy for you, and I would do that. I don't think this is going to be collected in a trade like other things have been collected in a trade.
You don't think the Ranger Slayer?
I don't know if it's a one shot or a series because I haven't seen solicitations for number 2. It may just be its own thing.
Well, I will ask, but if it was a one shot, they would have said there won't be a trade. It's a one shot, wouldn't they? Because I mean, their job is to sell me books.
I know the people you talk to. I'm not confident that they read Power Rangers as diligently as us.
No, but they read previews. They know what's happening.
So my guess, with everything we've just discussed, Mighty Morphin happens. You read this, Ranger Slayer number 1. You finish Mighty Morphin. You buy Power Rangers number 1.
So it's like connective tissue, maybe.
Oh, and there's a Lord Drakken number 1, so maybe it is 2 one-shots and it'll only be collected with the both. And Ninja Steel, I think I figured it out.
No, you can't get a Ninja Steel for guessing something.
Yes, I can.
That doesn't count. You just wiped it off, is what you just did. Yeah. All right, let's end this because this is just a quick little extra episode.
Yeah. Final thoughts. If you haven't been reading Power Rangers, please do. If you haven't tried Kindle Unlimited on Amazon, I believe that Volume 1 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is on there. Get to reading, and I love the comic. I'm excited to catch up. I'm getting through Go-Go as we, I guess, kind of speak, because when you're watching this, I might be reading it. But once I'm fully caught up, I can even do my own video that Gazbot doesn't even have to watch to give people
and I won't.
anything. Yeah. If you guys do want us to talk about comics or review them, please let us know. I would love to. We haven't formally discussed it, but if it's something you guys want.
We haven't discussed it even informally. As Big Dog is wont to do, while we're recording, it's just like, by the way, here's stuff. I'm just gonna throw stuff out there, like having never even discussed it.
That's why you guys are here. That's why you're here. But if you do want more comic related stuff, let us know down below.
If there's demand, I will make an effort to catch up.
Any Ranger stuff you want, all you need to do is ask, and the worst thing we will say is absolutely not, and here's why. But I have been the Big Dawg Defender. He is.
I am Gazbot, and I continue to then say to the power. And
see
also
you guys later.
The end credits thing, right? Is that a thing?
Yeah, something like that.